For Sagittarius, July 2026 will be a month of great opportunities, fateful encounters, and expanding horizons. You are a fire sign, meaning you were born for movement, discovery, and constant development. You find it difficult to live within boundaries, limitations, and monotony. Sagittarians always strive to learn more, see further, and experience the true flavor of life. This is why you often find yourself where the most interesting events begin. But July 2026 will be different from many previous months. This is not just a time of new opportunities. It is a period when the universe seems to be testing whether you are ready to move to a completely new level. Everything that has happened to you in recent months is gradually beginning to come together. Some events are finally making sense. Some people come into your life for a reason. And some doors that previously seemed closed are suddenly beginning to open. The numerology of the month also speaks of important changes. July is the 7th month of the year. The number 7 is associated with wisdom, spiritual growth, the search for truth, and inner development. It is the energy of a person who learns to see not only the external side of events but also their deeper meaning. The year 2026 itself adds up to the number 1. This is the number of new cycles, independence, leadership, and the beginning of a completely new stage. And if you combine the energy of the month and the year, you get the number 8. The number 8 is associated with material well-being, responsibility, success, and well-deserved results. Therefore, July for Sagittarius will be a surprising combination of inner growth and very real achievements. On the one hand, you will want to understand what you truly want from life. On the other hand, opportunities will arise to make these desires a reality. The main goal of the month is not to waste time on trifles and boldly go where your heart has long been calling. On July 2nd, Mars enters Gemini. For Sagittarius, this is one of the key events of the month, as Mars activates the opposite sector of partnerships, relationships, and cooperation. If in recent months it seemed like many relationship issues were stagnant, the situation will now begin to change rapidly. The number of meetings, negotiations, and joint projects will increase. For those in business, this is an excellent time to find new partners and conclude agreements. However, Mars can heighten emotionality and the desire to prove oneself right. Therefore, it's important to remember, sometimes victory lies not in arguing, but in the ability to listen to the other person. In your personal life, Mars will also bring more passion and initiative. If your relationship is strong, it will become even more vibrant. If you have unresolved issues, July will finally force you to discuss them openly. On July 7th, Neptune turns retrograde in Aries. This is a very interesting period for Sagittarius. It touches on the areas of love, creativity, inspiration, and self-expression. You may begin to look at your feelings differently. Some representatives of the sign will understand that they have idealized a certain person. Others realize that they have long stopped doing what truly brings them joy. Retrograde Neptune removes illusions. It helps to distinguish a real dream from a beautiful fantasy. This is a great time for creative people. Inspiration will become deeper and ideas will become more mature. On July 9th, Venus moves into the sign of Virgo. For Sagittarius, Venus illuminates the sphere of career and social recognition. Your professionalism will begin to be noticed. There will be an opportunity to show your strengths. For some representatives of the sign, this may be a time for a promotion, a new offer, or an interesting project. A lot will depend on your willingness to take responsibility. In your personal life, Venus reminds you, do not forget to pay attention to your loved ones, even if work now takes up most of your time. True success is always more pleasant to share with those who love you. On July 14th, there is a new moon in Cancer. For Sagittarius, a new cycle begins, related to finances, investments, internal changes, and liberation from the past. Many representatives of the sign will feel the desire to pay off old debts, not only material, but also emotional. This is a great time to get rid of what has long been preventing you from moving forward. The new moon can also open up new financial opportunities, but they will require trust in your own intuition and a willingness to step out of your usual framework. After July 22nd, the sun moves into your friendly sign Leo. One of the most inspiring periods of summer begins for Sagittarius. It's like getting a second wind. There is a desire to travel, study, expand your horizons, meet new people, and make big plans. This is a great time for travel, education, paperwork, international projects, and everything related to expanding life horizons. Your optimism becomes contagious. People will be drawn to you, inspired by your ideas and support your endeavors. But it's here that another very important astrological event emerges, one that has special significance for your sign. At the end of July, the Sun conjuncts Jupiter. Jupiter is your primary ruler. It is the planet of luck, abundance, growth, opportunity, travel, and great happiness in life. When the Sun conjuncts your ruler, it's as if an additional flow of energy is activated. For many Sagittarians, this will be a time of happy coincidences. An offer you've long been waiting for may come your way. A person capable of playing an important role in your destiny may appear. Or a path that recently seemed impossible may suddenly open up. The Sun conjunct Jupiter enhances your natural charisma. You become more visible. Your words carry weight. Your optimism inspires others. This is an excellent time for public speaking, teaching, launching your own project, traveling, expanding your business, and any endeavors related to personal growth. But Jupiter always reminds us of one important rule. Luck comes to those who are ready to seize it. Don't be afraid to say yes to new opportunities. Don't be afraid to push your boundaries. Right now, fate can open a door for you that will change the coming years of your life. On July 23rd, Mercury turns direct. All matters related to documents, education, travel, and negotiations will gradually begin to unfold more quickly. If you've been waiting for a response, paperwork, or the completion of some process, things will noticeably accelerate after July 23rd. This is a good time for signing contracts, applying for visas, buying tickets, starting education, and launching new projects. On July 26th, Saturn turns retrograde in Aries. For Sagittarius, this is a time for a serious conversation with yourself, especially when it comes to love, children, creativity, or your personal purpose. Saturn asks, are you truly living the life you choose? Some representatives of this sign will reassess their priorities. Others will finally decide to let go of things that have long ceased to inspire them. This is a period of maturation and strengthening of the inner core. On July 29th, the full moon in Aquarius closes the month with very dynamic energy. For Sagittarians, it is associated with communication, travel, education, family, and important information. You may receive news that will change your plans. Or you may have a conversation that will help you settle a long-standing issue. The full moon is also favorable for completing studies, signing documents, and implementing intellectual projects. Speaking of love, July promises to be vibrant and eventful. Your natural magnetism will be enhanced. Single Sagittarians may meet someone while traveling, studying, online, or through shared interests. Moreover, this acquaintance can develop into a serious relationship. For those already in a relationship, July will help restore lightness, romance, and a sense of moving forward together. The main thing is to remember to communicate with each other about your desires and plans. In matters of health, it is important to pay attention to your rest regimen. Your enthusiasm will be so strong that you'll feel the desire to constantly be on the move. But your body will also need to recover. It's beneficial to spend more time outdoors, exercise, travel, walk, and fill yourself with new experiences. The more positive emotions you experience in July, the higher your energy level will be. The main meaning of July for Sagittarius is expansion. Expanding your views, opportunities, connections, income, and your understanding of your own capabilities. This month will reveal that many limitations existed only in your head. Don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to start over. Don't be afraid to go where you've never been before, because that's where the happiest events can await you. May July bring you luck, love, financial well-being, inspiration, good health, and many happy discoveries. And if this forecast was helpful to you, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new horoscopes and star signs.